Good morning, this is Ron Brown. It's Sunday morning, February 20th, 2022. I've been working on some scans in Hdsi, and I want to share this with you. Now, what I'm using, there's a lot of people that use Hdsi and other programs, of course, that like to trade options. So I want to show you some things that are unique to Hdsi and show you how I use them, what I've been working on. I'm going to go into the Hdsi custom groups under option volume. These are options that are updated monthly in Hdsi. It's a CBOE, or the Chicago Board Options Exchange 300 most active options, and the Options Clearing Corporation 300 most active options. Now, if you click on one of these folders and go up here and click on that icon, let me do that again, that was pretty quick, this blue icon, it brings the HTML page up and shows you the most active options. And of course the SPY is most active, followed by the Q, and then Tesla, Apple, Russell 2000s. These are monthly totals right here, and it shows all 300 options for the CBOE. Now I can do the same thing for the OCC. I clicked the wrong thing there, obviously, and click on this, and once again the SPY and the Qs, Apples, Tesla, IWM, NVIDIA, Ford and NVIDIA, they're up here near the top, and you can just go down the list. I'm going to go back to CBOE a second. Let's see, let's look at the SPY volume here, 17. I assume that's millions. And then let's compare this to the OCC. Look how much more volume traded on the OCC. Anyway, these differ a little bit, and I'm going to show you how you can compare the two. I'm going to go up here under Files, or File, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go down to Compare Groups, and you can see I've selected the CBOE as one of the groups, and the other group I'm going to make the OCC. I'm going to exclude the indexes, and then I'm going to click on OK, and what this does is it brings up this HTML page. It shows you that 28 of these stocks, or ETFs, are only in the CBOE, and 28 only are in the OCC. 272 in both groups shows you the ones that are only in the CBOE and only in the OCC, and then in both groups. See if I can close this up. In both groups, it shows you everything here. So you can copy the symbols, put them in a group. What I did is I created a filter, and in my non-index groups I have a folder. It's called Weekly OCC and CBOE Active Options, and you can see, if you look in here, there's 326, which is the total number of securities excluding the two indexes. So what I'm going to do is what I did is I went into my user groups, my user smart groups I should say, and down here under optionable stocks and ETF scans, I created several scans, and every one of these scans, if I click on edit these scans and go down here, every one of them uses this group as a source group. So if you're prospecting for options, there are several ways to do this. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild these smart groups. It's going to rebuild all of my user smart groups, so it takes, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Now I'll scroll back down here and open this up. Now these are, or this scan I should say, is undercut and rally. It's a bullish crossover. So on Friday you can see that Coke, the US dollar, both ETFs and stocks are in here, Kroger, Marathon, Pioneer, and so on. Let's just bring up Coke. And then if I drop down to my undercut and rally charts, you can see that it actually crossed over yesterday. If I click through to the warehouse view, it says 1, which means it crossed over on Thursday. 0 means it crossed over on Friday. But this is a way to quickly scan for stocks that meet your criteria. Let's look at the ones that oil fund crossed over today. You can see there was an accumulation day with the light green line, and then the dark green line indicates a crossover day. And that crossover day, you can barely see it, but the 3, you can see the 3 going up through the 6. Look at this crossover day back here. They don't all work out, obviously, but these are alerts, and you can, of course, make the judgment call whether you're going to take these trades or not. Let's look at a couple other scans here. These are setting up. I'll click through to the warehouse, and you can see that there are ETFs in here along with stocks. Let's look at the energy sector. This is setting up. It's a light green bar because this is a white candle. The 3 is below the 6. Went below the 6 right here, but it's setting up again. You can see support is coming in to the XLE. Additionally, back here we had a low volume test. Here was a crossover back here which worked out well. This one worked out really well. These are accumulation areas here. This one didn't follow through. But this can find us many opportunities. If you like to trade ETFs, great, they're included in here. And you can always go into the HTML page and see how active these are. Let's just take a look at XOP. I'm going to bring that up. Let's see if XOP is in here. I'll do a Control F. XOP. Trades 88,934 on the CBOE. Let's see if it's in the OCC. XOP trades a lot more on the OCC. So if you're going to trade it, hopefully you'll get filled, or you can specify, I believe, what option exchange you want to trade on. But with the more activity, the better chance of a closer or a tighter bid-ask spread. I'm not going to go through all of these. They're pretty self-explanatory. Here's various Vpa flags. Yeah, these are bearish cross down, bearish setting up. Let's do a bearish cross down since we're kind of in a bear market right now. Let's look at Amazon. And I'm going to go down in my files. If you go down to charts 9 and 10 in the undercut and rally, you can see that here's a bearish crossover here. These were distribution days setting up, but the crossover didn't occur until here. And if I click through to the warehouse, it happened yesterday or on Thursday. You can see that it turned dark on Thursday. Here was a good crossover here. Good run. This one was a gap down and really failed. But these are distribution days where you have the light rose and then the crossover. Look at this group rank 1. Now this it's in the e-commerce discretionary group. And let's take a look at the fundamentals. Relative strength is 43. So it's holding up better than I assume the other e-commerce discretionaries, but with their RS of 43, still not doing very well. I want to show you one more thing. Up here under fundamentals, I added a scan EPS and revenue growth with rising earnings estimates for the current quarter bullish Vpa flag. And if you like to trade the long side only, and let's take a look at Alcoa here, and let me switch back to a positive chart. You can see the crossover here, beautiful. This one failed after the crossover, bearish flag the next day. And look at the group, it was going down too. And then when the group turned up, there was this crossover, 3 crossing the 6 right here. Great move here. Let's look at the fundamentals. You can see that very strong earnings growth over the past 4 quarters, and the projected current estimate is to be up 212.66%. Only pulled up 15 stocks, but these are the ones that if you're in a weak market, if you're looking for stocks that have some good fundamentals and they're moving up, this is a good place to look. Now, they're not all going to be moving up. I'll say that right now. I want to skip over here to this side. If the fan is up, the EMA fan is up, yeah, they're in an uptrend. Look at all these that are in a downtrend, though. I just want to look at one here. I want to look at this Bitfarms. You can see that it's in a downtrend. Tried to cross over here, failed in this very weak market. Look at the price on this. So, okay, this is saying no supply, which is a sign of strength. Why is it even in here? Because these 2 quarters, I'm going to put a frame around this, are up compared to the same quarters last year, which are not showing anything. And then the next quarter is estimated at a 316% increase. But with this trend being down, the fan being down, and the market being very weak, and crypto's really getting hurt right now. It's a Bitcoin mining company. You wouldn't want to take this trade, but it still appears because of these fundamentals. That's all I'm going to show you today. I just put this together and refined it, and I wanted to get it out to you. If you're a member of the Insider Club, you can go ahead and download the latest add-on. It's going to be in there. I just posted it this morning. If you're not a member, you can, if you have Hdsi software, you can join the Insider Club. It's only $25 a month or $200 a year, a real bargain for all of this material that you get as far as views, filters, and combos. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend.